Hey guys, back again with a new beer dissection video. Again, depending on when you're watching this, I had picked up a compilation pack from Sierra Nevada. Your typical was like 3 or 4 beers. I'll probably have it popping over my face or over my shoulder in the video. Sunny little, what is it? Hazy little IPA, sunny little IPA, a bunch of little IPAs. The one I'm going to be reviewing today is called Big Little Thing IPA. Okay, it's their Imperial IPA, and it's coming in at 9% alcohol. So far, in that compilation pack, the beers have been pretty good. One of the sours wasn't great. I did a couple of standalone reviews, beer dissections, and I did one or maybe two. I'm going to be doing beer face-off videos comparing a couple of the common ones in that pack. So again, this is their Big Little Thing IPA, hence Imperial/Double IPA, 9%. I did look at a couple of specs. Real quick, 45 IBUs, International Bitterness Units. They're using 2-row wheat. Remember, they sometimes will use wheat and some Munich malt. Sometimes they'll use some wheat or oats in these IPAs. It produces some of the haze and cloudiness that you see. The hops, a lot of the CE hops, some Pacific Northwest hops, Cascade, Chinook, Columbus, Crystal, Idaho 7, Magnum, and Mosaic. So with those, I'm expecting to be getting some type of tropical fruit, citrus, maybe orange, grapefruit, things like that, but we'll check it out. The best spot, or actually I think they have the canning date on here, mid-January of 23. I'm filming this roughly mid-May of 23. So, we're roughly 4 months out. So we're starting to get on the upper end of some of these IPAs, but for the most part, if they're being stored properly and refrigerated, you're probably not going to have too much trouble. But we are starting to hit the brink of, losing some of the hop, flavor, aroma, some of the bitterness, things like that, and some malt shift. Okay, so Sierra Nevada Big Little Thing IPA. Let's check this out. Got nothing really too special here, just a typical tulip pint glass here to take a look at this. Remember, Sierra Nevada, they have the classic pale ale. They're out of Chico, I think originally out of Chico, California. I think they're still there. But I know they have some brewery outside of Asheville. I forget the name of the town, Mills. It's probably on the can here. For those of you who, Mills River, North Carolina, which I believe is just outside of Asheville. All right, so let's pour this bad boy out. All right, so what do we got? We got a nice, light tan beige head. That pour is, the extra head there is basically because of the way I've been pouring it. A few inches. We've got a nice gold, medium to dark gold color, pretty clear, little hazy, maybe from the wheat. Remember, wheat's got more proteins in it, so it'll produce some of the haze. Very good looking beer. Almost looks like the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. But medium gold, pretty clear. And that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at this. There's a sniff of the aroma. Yeah, so, immediately you get the citrus in here. Some grapefruit, orange-like, if you want to say mandarin, tangerine, clementine. I won't argue with you, but there is a little bit of a background of some tropical fruit. I'm getting some pineapple, maybe a little mango there, maybe from the Mosaic or Idaho 7. The malt is kind of bread crusty, light toast. They are using Munich malt, so it is a little bit darker, and that's probably why you have a little bit of darkness there, or a little bit of that gives it that light amber gold color. Remember, Munich malt's a pretty standard malt used in a lot of German varieties. But again, tropical fruit, mango, orange, tangerine, whatever you want to say, grapefruit, citrus. Pretty nice though. Okay. Okay, guys, cheers. Let's take a taste of this. Whoa. That's definitely, medium to full-bodied here. Being at 9%, there is some residual sweetness there too. Probably the yeast just not, able to consume everything like a lot of Belgian varieties when they start using sugar. So with the malt in here, you're definitely gonna have a fuller body to this. And I think I got a little blast of some alcoholic warmth. I wouldn't say it's hot. You definitely know you got this full-bodied, high alcohol strength beer. Immediately getting some of that breadcrumb, malt flavor, maybe like a biscuit top type of thing. But their fruit is there. I mean, the citrus, tangerine, again, I get pineapple a lot. But this is definitely not for the faint of heart as far as the body of this thing. And being at 9%, you definitely want to consume these very carefully. But the bitterness is, pronounced. I mean, not really that off the charts. I mean, being at 45 IBUs, I mean, usually your double IPAs, you start getting up around 75, at least 60, if not, closer to 75 and higher. So there's enough bitterness there at 45 to balance a little bit of the malt, but this is definitely leaning a little bit more towards the malt because there is some residual sweetness there, and as well as some of the heat and warmth from the alcohol. There's a little bit of a creaminess to it. Nothing like, Irish stout, not that you'd expect that with this beer anyway, but sometimes when you get these real heavy beers with some residual sugar, I kind of almost get like this coating on my mouth, but still very pleasant. So again, pretty full-bodied. Carbonation is, moderate, kind of that medium level. But this definitely is got some oomph to it. So again, guys, with this Big Little IPA, Big Little Thing IPA, excuse me, and Sunny Little Thing, I think was the other one, Hazy Little Thing, which is very popular. So it's out of that pack, that 12-pack. This one, definitely, things that could hold up to this. I can go a little stronger with your cheeses, sharp cheddars. Definitely medium to high strength kind of blue cheese, Stiltons, things like that. This can hold up to, that could hold up to this. You can go with some pork dishes, glazed, roasted meats. This would kind of hold up pretty well with, or even just typical pizzas, whatever you want to drink, it's fine. But again, this is definitely citrus, tropical fruit, a little bit of grapefruit and orange. I think it's actually probably a little bit more orange, mandarin, things like that than grapefruit. A lot of your New England IPAs, if you're really craving something with a kind of a grapefruit hit, I would kind of go more of a New England IPA. This, there is a little bit of a gray area. This is obviously a double IPA or Imperial IPA, but it's got a lot of malt to it. So it's kind of like a hybrid between your West Coast higher alcoholic strength IPA, but very nice. But I could tell you, this is not a very quaffable, crushable type of beer, just because of the alcoholic warmth in there, which I don't necessarily like in a lot of beers, but occasionally it's fine. This definitely does drink, though, at 9% for an IPA. So grading wise, I mean, I definitely give it a kind of a B-. I've had a lot of other better double IPAs. This one, with the fruit, the citrus, some of the tropical fruit, I mean, it's definitely present. You don't have to like search too hard for it, but you kind of lose a little bit on the tail end of the aroma and the flavor. Sometimes you're kind of being hit with the alcoholic strength and the body of the beer more than really being able to take in some of the fruit components to the hops. And they're using some nice hops here. Idaho 7, Columbus Chinook. I'm sure they're dry hopping it. I've done a whole video on the hopping business. So with that amount of hops, I'm sure they've got it, in the boil, last 20 minutes of the boil for flavor. And I'm sure they've got it for maybe even at whirlpool at the end with that. And then I'm sure they're dry hopping this. So guys, Big Little Thing IPA, Sierra Nevada's version of their Imperial IPA, double IPA. Definitely if you get in the compilation pack, you won't be disappointed, because it has that typical citrus fruit. I just think the alcoholic strength of this is dominating so much that you kind of lose some of the character that you'd expect from a nice lineup of hops. So anyway, guys, hopefully that gives you a little info. If you're purchasing this at your local beer store. I don't think I've seen it in a standalone 12-pack, but I don't know for certain. Definitely chime in underneath here if you have seen it. But in that 12-pack, it's definitely, I won't say the best one in that pack, but it's definitely, like I said, that, B- kind of range, maybe C+, average kind of beer. So anyway, guys, last time, Big Little Thing IPA, Imperial IPA. It's okay, but I wouldn't bend over backwards for it. All right, so the next beer video, guys, have a great day. Take care.